Yes.
Hi there.
Oh, there you go.
How you doing?
You're in Costa Rica.
We're in
We
Costa
are.
Rica.
Let's see if we can
Who's your,
hear
who's,
better.
who's your friend, Margot?
Well, she wants to know who you are.
We are the blonde and the brunette.
Yeah, well,
I'm
Mitch.
the blonde one.
Yeah, Mitch knows me pretty well. We've known each other for over 20 years, on and off. We just can't.
That's going to be fun. It's mostly been on.
Yeah, that's right. Ala is a writer. She lives here in Costa Rica, but she's originally
From Russia, yes.
from
I'm
Russia.
from Russia.
But she's a writer and designer, interior designer.
Yes.
She's written several books,
Oh,
and
wonderful.
we work on this podcast together. I told her that I thought it would be a great thing to have you because with all my health talks
I still don't know why she didn't tell me. So what's about me? What's interesting about you? She wouldn't tell me. So you will have to. You have to defend yourself.
Well, yeah, go ahead. Tell us what's so interesting about you. There's a bunch of things that we could talk about, Mitch.
I'm just an ordinary, regular, everyday kind of guy who lives on Miami Beach. That's it.
He's also been
I don't know. I'm short with words generally.
yeah.
Get me going.
Well, we're not going to bring any topics of the Miami Beach City Commission on this podcast because this is just for fun. We're going to talk about your lifestyle and how long have you been having a vegetarian diet? That's one of the things that I think mostly impacted me when we met 20 years ago. So,
Well, first of all,
yeah, yeah.
our podcast. It's the name of our podcast. It's never too late. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's like a main theme. So it's never too late for anything in life.
That's right.
So something
That's right.
interesting about life, what you started, maybe late, but it changed your life or
Yeah.
impacted
So,
your life
back,
positively.
back to your question, Margot.
Yes.
I decided to become vegetarian as a 3 or 4 year old. My folks took me to see this movie titled Dr. Dolittle with Rex Harrison. And he was a doctor who could talk to all the animals. And he met many of the animals, and he asked the question, why would I eat them? And that was the first introduction to me to a vegetarian lifestyle. At the same time, the Beatles had just either gone to India or come back to India, touting their new vegetarian diet and lifestyle. I grew up in a house that had music on always, from Master Gilberto to Sinatra, Johnny Mathis, the Beatles, the Grateful Dead, and the youngest
Oh my God!
hippie culture that was prevalent in North America. With my sister first mentioning it, that solidified that I would live a vegetarian lifestyle. In those years, certainly wasn't as strict as I am now in terms of what I consume. My mom, may she rest in peace, she was horrible, an awful cook. And, I remember trying some of her dishes, just dry and horrible. And I quickly learned to cook for myself as a young child. And my meal of choice still to this day is some pizza. These days it's plant-based cheese. Those years it was dairy cheese. And, and that's it in a nutshell.
Yeah.
I became vegan, eliminated all dairy in '07.
2007. Yeah.
And I think everybody. This is how I feel pretty good, and I hope everyone feels pretty good.
How would you recommend the person that to start vegetarian diet in any age? Because I maybe it's a good idea to just, if the person decides, I know it's like a quit smoking, you just decide it and do it cold turkey. But if the person
Yeah.
wants to make a transition or want to do it slowly, how would you recommend?
I would suggest people to focus on what they are eating, the ingredients.
Yeah.
If it's loaded with corn syrup, or I sort of like the concept of all liquid should be clear. Including laundry detergent and deodorant. Uh, keep it simple. Water's a great alternative to anything. Not made up water. And in terms of food, fruits, vegetables, just the concept of plant-based without preservatives and organics a good way to go. Pesticides. There's horrific stories emerging of the impact pesticides have on us, whether it be sexual performance,
It's very important.
Which is very important. Which we cannot leave out.
Again, just recognize what you're eating and understand what it is.
Yeah.
Let's change it.
The more healthy it is, the more healthy you'll become.
Yeah. And can you tell us about your exercise routine a little bit? Like, what do you do on a daily basis or weekly basis for exercise?
Yeah, I'm up every morning before sunrise. I don't even set the alarm. Just when twilight comes, that's when I get up, and I live again on Miami Beach. And I like to watch the sunrise, and I like to watch the sunset.
What?
And I'm running usually sun.
One
and
thing.
sunset.
One thing. Yeah, one thing that I wanted to share about Mitch, that he taught me a very valuable life lesson. Yeah, she's almost done. She'll be up there in a minute. Keep them busy. She'll be there in 1 minute. Yeah. One of the things that he taught me that's a life lesson to this day, I'll never forget. I was in my early 20s when we met. Mitch was in his he was early 40, yeah, early 40s. He's about 20. So I remember he always wakes up early. Like he said, he wakes up at 4 o'clock in the morning. And I remember one day I said, Mitch, but I said, Mitch.
Oh, it's real early. I
With-
go
with-
to bed.
Energetically, it's actually perfect.
Yeah, but one of the things that
should
most
push all the-
called my attention that I still apply to this day is when I asked him, because sometimes he goes to sleep like late, like at 9 or 10 or whatever. And you know how people are always like so fixed on those 8 hours of sleep, that you have to get the 8 hours of sleep. And I was like, but wait, you don't get 8 hours of sleep. And he was like, well, my body doesn't really need it. And then now I'm just going to finish it with this. I'm at a point in my life where I'm getting less hours of sleep, but it only makes sense not to force your body to be in bed if it wants to be awake, doing
Do you say
things and doing other things, whether it be creative stuff like reading or writing, which I know Mitch does a lot of as well. So I think what I took, the lesson I took indirectly, whether he knows it or not from him, is that we have to listen to our
yeah, that's what
body
I
to the point where if I'm up and I'm awake, and let's make use of that time and let's make the best out of it. So that's what I wanted to say. Yeah.
I do believe that any rigid concept, they not they not good for us because they invented. All the bodies are different. So Sadiqin or very wise people in old ages, some of them, and still they sleep 2 hours a day and they pray all the rest.
Yeah.
If you say something it's perfect for your body, it's gonna be
Yeah.
because your mind it's in charge.
Yeah.
So if you say you're gonna tell yourself, I need to sleep 8 hours a day, I need, otherwise I'm gonna be tired. You're gonna be tired. If you're gonna tell yourself, I gonna sleep 12 hours, I gonna sleep, you're gonna be tired if you don't sleep 12 hours. So your mind is in charge.
Yeah.
And we have to listen our body, we're all different. And the people say the more conscious you are, the more connected you are to the spiritual dimension, you need less sleep because you're more efficient.
Active. Yeah.
Not active, because activeness is not doing. Active,
Well, your brain
it's
cells. I think in terms of
no, no.
brains.
I think no. It's otherwise. Your brain, your mind is always quiet, so it doesn't need to sleep to rest. Because if your mind is busy, always like a monkey mind, that monkey mind, we need to sleep because we just get
Right.
exhausted
True enough.
just of being worried about stuff, running around like crazy monkey. But if your mind it's more connected, it is more quiet, you don't need so much sleep.
True.
So how many hours do you
I
sleep?
agree. I sleep. Let me see. I'm up. I'm usually in bed by 12:31,
You see?
and I'm up. I start waking up in the 5 o'clock range, but I don't officially get out of bed. At least today was about 6:15.
Well, you're waking up earlier because I remember we went for a jog and you woke me up like it was. I'll never forget. It was like 4:30 or 5 o'clock in the
But in
morning.
Miami, you can't run later. It's so hot. Oh my God, it's the best hour to run.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah. I like running when the sun's real low and stuff. When I first moved here 36 years ago, for a few years, and prior to that, I would always run the late afternoon, early evening. And for whatever reason, something, I don't know what it was, changed my mind to, hey, so you need to start running in the morning.
what else do you do? Meditation, cold shower,
Yeah, yeah.
all
I was
that.
talking to one of my reporter friends. He's a big believer in the cold plunge.
Yeah.
And I said,
I do
yeah, I'm
cold
going to take
shower.
a cold plunge.
I do cold shower every
And,
day.
and he goes, what's the temperature? And I said, oh, 73 degrees. He goes, Mitch, that's not a cold plunge.
Exactly. Then Miami, in Costa Rica, it's not cold. Go to Russia in winter. You can take a cold shower. So you'll see.
He said 45 degrees
Yeah,
is,
exactly.
is, is what he does. And
Yeah,
he's a
it's
firm
almost,
believer in the cold plunge.
yeah, this is great.
And
So what else can I tell you? The
I
last,
imagine it has
Yeah. Just to bring closure because we're coming to an end. What else can you share?
something useful for to our listeners that yeah, I think it's never too late to start absolutely anything, to be vegetarian, to start to run, to sleep less or more, to meditate,
Yeah.
to take a cold shower. It's never too late to make change.
Yeah,
Change.
we've covered a lot of bases. I will say, and if time allows and I'm tired, I'll take a 15-minute nap.
Yeah, napping,
Totally cheap.
napping.
Yeah, that'll give me that I'll be re-energized.
Yeah.
Just from just shut my
Such a
eyes
good point.
5, 10, 15
Mhm.
minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And sometimes that's how I live for weeks at a time if I'm immersed in a project.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know,
That's it again. It's listening to your body. It's body tired.
we adapt to our needs pretty easily.
There we go. Adapting to our needs. There we go.
Exactly.
I think that's
Listening and listening to your body, and don't don't have fixed ideas.
yeah,
Fixed ideas,
yeah,
Yeah.
they never
Yeah,
good.
and don't
They never
listen-
good.
Listen to all the experts in profession.
Yeah.
Exactly, exactly, because we're all different.
yeah.
Yeah. So you can they can make lots of
Again,
more
I
damage.
live in Miami, and Margot, you may have been here when Hurricane Katrina. There was just a slew
Yeah.
of hurricanes, one right after another. Hurricane Charlie, Katrina. There were several of them.
Yeah.
And the experts were saying this is going to be a 30-year cycle. Get used to it. And I thought, wow, these are the experts saying that. and then the following year there was no tropical hitting.
Yeah, because you listen to
And,
something, you get all
when
worried
I
and
realized,
happy.
many people, although well-intended,
Yeah.
often filled with crap.
Yeah, I like that. Mitch, and just for the sakes of our podcast and bringing it to an end, you have so many different titles. I mean, I know you've been chairman of the Miami Beach Preservation Board. You are the owner of the Sherbrooke Hotel at one point. And how would you like for us to refer to you when, you know, we mention you in our title or description of the podcast?
Just throw all your titles. Like,
Well, he's also an attorney. He's also an attorney. I forgot. Yeah.
Not an attorney. I'm a law school dropout.
Oh no!
I'm an earthling.
Earthling. Okay, Mitch, the Earthling. I like that one.
That's good.
But
Earthling.
thank you so much
Thank you
for
so
taking
much.
your
It was
time. So
such a
meaningful. And
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. Maybe we could do it again.
Yeah.
sure. I'll be down there soon. I'm gonna be down on the
I'm going with her.
21st. Yeah, she wants to be. No, that's about to be on camera. Sorry. I'm gonna go down on the 21st. So I'm gonna be staying at my friend's house, but I'll swing by. I'll call you. Yeah. All
I
right.
look forward to that.
Okay.
Okay, Mitch.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Pleasure.
Bye. He's Jewish.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
It's still recording.
Yeah.
Wow, he's
And
very interesting
he's
person.
he's the owner of a whole building.
Wow.
Like
Good.
that, like you see, I'm very simple, very humble.
Interesting person.
Oh,
Loved him.
oh,
Okay. So
Oh.
closure.
closure. Oh my God, closure. Well, thank you for being here with us. This was another one of those podcasts that we just did randomly, and I think, as always, much better than we
Yes.
expected.
We never planned anything. We just enjoy it and
Yep.
improvise. So it's all good. We love you.
Thank you. Oh man, you liked him? He's a single.
I did.
Oh, he is a gem. That guy is a gem. He's a
Wow.
special
Wow.
soul.
What are
Special.
you waiting for?
Damn, you got it. Oh,